Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome to Coaching Think Talk. I am Coach Maan from Life Coach Philippines, and this is coaching for a healthy mind space. So, this coaching conversation that we have is for individuals who are experiencing uncertainty and overwhelm in their lives due to some negative and unhealthy thoughts that they are battling in their minds. And it is my desire to help them break free from these thinking patterns through the renewing of their mind so that they can they can have full and abundant lives as they journey their calling and purpose. And I'd like to thank you for joining me live today. Please leave your digital footprint by letting me know where you are watching me from. Also, you may tag a friend or a family member who you think will benefit from this video, or you can also help me circulate this by sharing this video. And I would also like to encourage you, if you happen to catch this on a replay, just type in hashtag replay. So I am streaming via the Facebook page of Life Coach Philippines and also at the YouTube channel Coach AI Connect. So if you are new to these platforms, I hope that you can like, follow, and subscribe to our pages. So allow me to introduce myself. I am Coach Maan Lamorena. I am a certified life coach and I am certified CACC life coach. I am also a certified mental toughness coach, and I am a member of Coach A Coaching Club and also a very proud scholar of Six Steps to Six Figure Public Speaking Training by Master Coach A. And last week, we actually celebrated the end of our training. This is a 20-week journey with fellow coaching speakers. And we ended it with a summit. It's called Summit, where all of us shared our message in a 5-minute speech challenge. And the event was it was really fun. Around, I believe it's more than 300 people who registered and joined the event. And on behalf of Life Coach Philippines, I'd like to say thank you for the support that you have showed us, especially for those who attended the event. And if you missed it and you want to catch all the speeches of the 20 coaching speakers, then you may contact Coach Rizal on how you can watch the replay. Just call her at 0917-586-1661. And there. So I am also the creator of this Facebook community, You Renewed, where I share thoughts and ideas on how we can win the battle in our minds. And if this is something that you are passionate about, or it's something that you want to learn more of, do join me. And if you also want to connect with me, you may reach me at my Facebook page. That's Coach Maan. So please like and follow it as well. And I hope to connect with you one of these days. And for today, as I share my topic, I really hope and encourage that you may share your thoughts. Just include hashtag pack my bag moment and hashtag coaching TikTok so that you may also bless others through any insights that you may get from our conversation this afternoon. And again, this is coaching for a healthy mind space. And today I want to share to you how we can move from living with our minds full to being mindful. Now, before I begin, I would just like to acknowledge those who are watching. Hello, Coach Glacy. Yes, I'm pretty. We are all pretty. Thank you for that. Hello, Coach Sean, Coach Tin, and Coach Candy. And thank you, fellow coaches, for watching. Let's start. Let's begin. I just want to ask this question to all of you who are watching. Um, what fills your mind? Especially these days. Does it often feel busy, chaotic, anxious, and full to the brim? And I understand if that is the case because we are still in the middle of a pandemic and a lot of cities in our country is still in ECQ. And with the rising number of COVID cases, the tiring work from home setup, also there are certain uncertainty with the jobs that we have, job security, uncertainty in health, in economy. These concerns, along with other personal worries, can take up space in our minds. And most of the time, as it takes up space in our minds, it just stay there. It stays there and it doesn't go anywhere. And sometimes it causes us to be uncomfortable. like with all these things in our mind, it also makes us feel that life is just passing us by and we are missing moments and so many other things that's causing you to think negative things, worries, and anxieties. And you think about this and the actual state of all these thoughts in our mind, and you know that your brain is in overdrive. It's full, it's overstimulated, and because of that, it causes us to miss the moments that we have, that we cannot fully experience the present that we have, because what happens is we are still processing what happened yesterday, and now we're already worrying about tomorrow. And no wonder we are tired and we are exhausted, because having our minds full with concerns and all the other thoughts, worries, and things happening around us can truly drain us of energy. And having our minds full of mental clutter can have negative effects on us. And these are just some of the negative effects that I'd like to let you to share with you. Of course, it can cause stress. It can also cause anxiety, as I mentioned earlier. And sometimes with our minds full, it can also cause us to be, to procrastinate and be unproductive. And for others, it can also lead to them being depressed. And that is why it is very important for us to find ways to deal with our full minds, so that we can have healthy and positive way of life and way of thinking. And how do we do that? Actually, when I was preparing for this talk, I realized that it is very simple. We just drop one letter from our mindful. Drop a single letter, that's letter L, and we become mindful. You know, being mindful is the antidote to a mind that is full. So let us first define what is mindful, what is mindfulness, because there are a lot of definitions out there, and there are a lot of different practices also related to mindfulness. But for this specific topic, I would like to use this definition that I found from Oxford Dictionary. So it says that mindfulness is the quality or state of being conscious or aware of something. And it is also a mental state achieved by focusing on one's awareness on the present moment. So you see, there is that keyword, present moment, while calmly acknowledging and accepting one's feelings, thoughts, and bodily sensations used as a therapeutic technique. Okay, there's a technique. But let's just stop at the mental state achieved by focusing on one's awareness of the present moment. So being mindful, simply put, is a moment where we pause and notice our thoughts, our feelings, of course, feelings, emotions of our actions, and even our environment. And a person that is mindful is usually reflective more than reactive and whatever he or she is faced with. And when you say that a person is mindful, that person is focused and is able to engage fully in the present reality or present moment. And when he or she does this, it helps counteract the rumination that we do, the worry that we do, which often causes us stress and anxiety. So there are different ways that you can be mindful, and I want to share with you just five of the easiest ways and tips that you can do. So when you do this, you can incorporate it in your life already. It's not that difficult to do so, and it can already help you, to become more mindful of what you do, of your emotions, of your reality. And so let's start. First one is we have to slow down. Okay. So in a world of instant gratification and endless pursuit of what's next, it is very important that we take the time to slow down and we just savor the moment that we are in. And also when we do this, when we slow down, it also allows us to focus on just one thing, one thing at a time. Most of us, we are wired to multitask. I believe especially the moms here, right now in this pandemic, taking care of the house, taking care of the kids, and then if you have work, the work from home setup. So definitely, the tendency to do things all at the same time is there, and it prevents us from slowing down. But with when we slow down and we just focus on one thing at a time, it allows us to really be mindful of the situation that we are in. It allows us to give an output that is actually of excellent quality, because there are studies that says that when you multitask, around 50%, it takes you around 50% longer to finish the task, and also with usually 50% more errors than if you just focus on one task. And with being mindful, you have to consider just doing one task at a time. So this allows you to again enjoy the present moment, and also take in the lessons and the values that that present moment is teaching you. So first, let's slow down. Now the second thing that we need to do is to also filter what we consume. You see, what do you call this? Um, in the things that we put in, we take in, whether it's food, it's ideas, videos or series that we watch, these things can have a huge impact on our thoughts and also our emotions, of course. And not everything that we see posted or published is actually beneficial for us. That's why we have to be very choosing what are the things, what are the type of media that we allow into our lives. When when we are bombarded with negative news, sad situations, aside from the fact that it can trigger anxious and fearful thoughts in our minds, it can also cause our minds to be full and cluttered, because these ideas, they just stay in our mind. And that is why being mindful of consuming things can add to our positive thoughts instead of the negative ones. So we have to be careful. We really have to choose what we take in, what we allow into our lives, and the actions that we take. And another thing that we can do also is to, of course, be intentional. When we are mindful, it's usually synonymous to being intentional. And as I've mentioned earlier, when you are intentional in your activities and also in your relationships, it ensures that certain activities and certain habits and disciplines that you were in the past are stopped, or you outsource them, or for others you delegate them, because you really cannot be doing everything else at the same time. And when you are intentional and you get this focus, and you bring this focus to your relationships in your family, with your colleagues, and also with your friends, it also allows you to have the confidence to focus your attention on what truly matters most to you. And when you do that, of course, it also elevates the value of relationships that you have. Like before, you would just do anything with your family. Now you are more intentional in cultivating time for your family, whether it's outdoor or indoor. Mostly indoor right now because we are in quarantine and in the pandemic. But really, you create the memories, you create the moments, instead of just allowing it to happen, instead of just allowing things to happen to you and to pass you by. And also, when you are intentional, the mental clutter brought about by so many things vying for your attention is lessened. Of course, because now you're choosing only the things that are valuable to you. Now you're only choosing things that would bring would benefit you, would be beneficial for you. And when you do that, it also allows you to nurture and cultivate the relationships you have instead of spreading yourself out too thinly. Because again, you've set your boundaries, you only choose which ones you can do and within, the limits that you have set for yourself. And also, when you are intentional, it also helps in your productivity. Because if we go back to my earlier example, that you focus on one thing, when you are intentional, from the word itself, there is so much intention. You don't multitask. And as we mentioned earlier, again, when you multitask, you have more errors, it takes you longer. But when you have the intention to just focus on one task, then you are able to produce more, higher quality, higher output. And that's a lot better, right? So now, after you are intentional, we now go to the number 4 thing that you can do, which is to practice compassion. Um, they say that we have to be kind to everyone because we do not know the battles that they are facing. And this actually includes being kind to yourself because normally we can be overly critical to ourselves and of course to the people that we deal with because probably of something that they did or we did. And we tend to be critical, we tend to beat ourselves up. And when we do that, when we beat ourselves up or the people that we are with, this only adds to the concerns or negativity in our minds because we try to process why did I do that? Did she really mean it? And all these other things, vying for your attention. But when we practice compassion, we have to come from a position of humility in the sense that whether an offense or fault was made, we have to at least give the benefit of the doubt that it was not intentional. That the person who made the offense or fault did not really mean it. Probably he or she was just having a bad day, or um, just like us, they're also going through something and, they just snap. I'm not saying that you just allow people to walk over you, but when you practice compassion, it's really trying to understand where they are coming from and extending grace and mercy and understanding to that person. We have to believe that no one would intentionally hurt you or even you. You would not intentionally hurt yourself. And that's how it is to practice compassion. So sometimes you beat yourself up because you were not able to do the laundry or you're not able to brush your hair or do the things that you need to do. Sometimes it can be as simple as that and it's okay. You be kind to yourself. Just allow these thoughts to enter your mind, let it be, let it pass, just be kind. There is going to be another day, there's going to be another moment, there's going to be another opportunity to do that. Again, just be kind. We do not know the battles people are facing. And kindness will go a long way, especially during this time that everyone has all their own worries and concerns and anxieties that they are thinking about. And last but not the least, cultivate an attitude of gratitude. Being mindful about gratitude reminds us to see the positive aspects of life, even in the midst of chaos and uncertainty. And the thing is, usually, it takes a lot for many people to be thankful for. Because for some, gratitude doesn't flow naturally. It usually just comes out when something is obviously deserving of appreciation. For example, someone give you a gift, you got promoted, or you received the good news. And there are certain situations wherein these things don't happen often enough. And so the attitude of gratitude does not flow immediately or naturally. And that is why we have to be very conscious. That's why we have to cultivate. When you cultivate, you are intentional in having that attitude of being grateful. And when we do that, when we practice when we practice gratitude numerous times, it also generates positive neural connections. So, di ba, may science na siya. And it allows, it allows the thoughts in our minds to redirect themselves, and instead of thinking of the worries and the anxieties, then now you're able to be thankful for the things that you have. And that's what happens when you are very intentional and purposeful in cultivating this attitude. And also, there are studies that have shown how gratitude is actually very useful in reducing anxiety, because when you simply just say thank you, when you simply express your gratefulness over something, there's something in your mind that shifts because you're now able to recognize your blessings, diba? The positive neural connections that I've mentioned earlier. And usually kasi when we are stressed, it's hard to see through the vision that we have because it's clouded. Yun nga, di ba, our minds are full, so we cannot really see clearly about the things that we have, the relationships that we have, the position that we are in, that we are really in a good place. But when we take the time to be mindful and to be intentional in seeking through those clouds, trying to find the concrete things in that cloud and haze of thoughts in our mind, then we can actually, spot little things, little wonders, and see that there are not just some, but a lot of things that is special, that is worth to be thankful for. And that's how it is when we cultivate an attitude of gratitude. We begin to see the blessings that we have, the opportunities that are given to us, and even the opportunities that we missed but are really for our protection. We begin to see all of this. And, as we slow down, as we filter what we consume, when we become intentional, we practice compassion, and we cultivate an attitude of gratitude, then we are now able to take our thoughts away from the worries and anxieties that fill our mind, and we acknowledge the present that we have. And then we're able to enjoy the present that we have. And then we're able to move positively, think positively, feel positively, because we realize that we have a lot of good things happening for us right now and at this moment. But of course, I know that when we try to be mindful and be intentional in what we do, it takes a lot of practice and a lot of patience. But I know also that if you just implement at least just one, even one, from these 5 things that I shared with you, and you stick to it, you continue to cultivate it, you do it, it becomes a habit, you stick to it, and eventually soon you will see results that can have a life-changing impact for you and for the people around you. That's the power of being mindful. That's the power of being intentional. And for others who feel that they are ready to go deeper in transforming your life and your thought patterns, now I would like to invite you to join my Courageous Living by Design coaching program. And it is a 6-week program where we will look at practical strategies to help you become more resilient and cope better with the obstacles that you face in your life's journey. So for this program, this includes a 6-week session via Zoom. So you may have had trouble facing a lot of life situations. And I want you to know that it can be different. It can be different for you, especially if you have someone to encourage you, to support you, and to show you what to do step by step. So I know that life change don't happen overnight, but you can take a step forward now, and you can move from where you are today to where you want to be. So I hope to see you. We're starting on August 28th. So you just contact me at those details, and there. I'm really excited to have you on board. And as I end this conversation, I just want to invite you to be part of what we are doing as an organization that is dedicated to learning. And by way of the Be Learning e-card, I would like to invite you to personally become a mental model collector and get your own card now so that you can be part of the Be Learning Society. And this is the 10th maker of Be Learning Homes for Mental Fitness. And when you get this card, you'll get 5% off discount vouchers from the Cup Coffee Republic. You will also get 5 months by Master Coach A. And you also get a 90-minute free coaching session with senior coaches from Life Coach Philippines. So this is probably the first time you've heard of mental model, but just a quick description of what it is. It is an explanation of how something works, and it is a concept, a framework, or a worldview that you carry around in your mind to help you interpret the world and understand the relationship between things. So these mental models are deeply held beliefs about how the world works. So if you're wondering what we will be discussing on August 21, Master Coach A will cover the polymath mental model. So this is a good opportunity for you to really combine the skills that you have. If you're wondering um, how you can maximize your skills and your talents and how they're not connected, but really when you attend this, you'll be able to understand how you can maximize them all and combine them. And we will also discover why the polymaths are the winners of the 21st century. So register now. This is on August 21. That's on Saturday. So please connect with Coach Rizal through 0917-586-1661. And for those who are, interested in becoming a life coach, you want to become a certified life coach, you want to embark on a journey of really understanding how you can do it personally and also as a profession, then I'd like to invite you to um, take Master Coach A's co-actively co-create life coach certification program. This is a comprehensive approach to learning and mastering life coaching as an active process of creating a new path to achieving results in life. And this program includes a 21-day web-based learning. It also has a 3-day live coaching bootcamp with Master Coach A and a 3-day live business bootcamp with senior coaching team. And aside from that, there are also other bonuses that comes with the package. So please again connect to Coach Rizal to discover the opportunities that are awaiting you in this profession. And I'd also like to invite you to join us for another coaching conversation at 4 p.m. with Coach Tin for Coaching for Relationship. So thank you once again. This is Coach Maan from Life Coach Philippines for Coaching Think Talk. Coaches like us think and talk like this. This is us in the Philippines. Love, bam, boom. Bye.